Hey guys, what's up? In this video I'm about to show you a little arm training that I did yesterday on Sunday. Basically it's relatively high in volume. Actually it's very high in volume, but I can go even higher. I'm a volume type of guy, as you probably know. This particular arm training I find extremely beneficial for a taller guy such as me, who have really hard time bringing those guns and adding size onto his arms, biceps and tris. Basically it's performed in a supersetted motion, but I think you can alternate between one exercise for biceps and one exercise for triceps. You can go either way. Just a quick sip of black coffee. Got my coffee cup always around me, as you probably know. No, this is actually something that is really true. I cannot perform without coffee. No, this is my drug of choice. If there were some stringers with this quote, "Coffee is my drug of choice," I will probably buy 10 pieces or whatever. Anyway, so back on the subject, the arm training for last Sunday, yesterday, today is Monday. So I typically prefer to warm up the joint with some form of a tricep extension and even a superset of triceps extensions. For example, in this particular workout I started with the rope tricep extension, supersetted with a straight bar, as you can probably see on the footage that I provide. And one thing that I would like to share with you here, like a little tip, it's I keep my, as you can probably see on the footage, I keep my thumbs out and I try to focus my thoughts and the whole pressing and pushing of the movement, if I can put it like this, to this part right here. I'm saying this because this way I found I'm able to really contract my triceps a lot better. So I supersetted this first tricep exercise, this first triceps superset, with standing concentrated curl, probably one of my favorite exercises for biceps. Personally, I prefer to always warm up each and every bicep individual. I found this is extremely beneficial. Basically sets my biceps for a really great training and warms everything, and everything after this particular exercise moves nice and smooth. So yeah, a bit more coffee. Another thing that I would like to mention for the concentrated curls basically is something that I feel nothing gives me that fullness and thickness and that kind of a pump, such as, especially for biceps, such as the concentrated curl, the preacher curl and Giron the perfect curl with dumbbells. If I gotta pick 3 exercises for biceps, I will go with these 3. So next superset is behind the neck dumbbell extension, seated behind the neck dumbbell extension. Another great movement, superset with a preacher curl with the straight bar. I always prefer the straight bar preacher curl over the easy bar. And one thing that I would like to share with you, it's a little bit like a technique. I'm pretty sure you are already familiar with it, or if you're not, you can try this out and see if it works for you, stick with it. Basically, I try to emulate, when I perform the preacher curl, as you can probably see with the straight bar, I try to emulate a bit of the technique for the Giron the perfect curl. If you are familiar with the Giron the perfect curl, you already know that basically I keep my elbows closer and my forearms basically a bit wider. So this actually gives me the ability to isolate the inner part of my biceps, which is weak for me personally. And Yeah, so after the second superset, damn I love coffee. So after the second superset, I went to another superset for triceps. It is the French press with the easy bar, superset with the close grip bench press. This one is a total killer in my personal opinion for triceps, and I supersetted those with a standing one arm dumbbell curl, and I again try to emulate the technique from the Gironde perfect curl. Basically I twist my hand like this, as you can probably see, and it makes the whole movement a lot harder and a lot more painful, but the veins going crazy and really helps me to bring that vascularity in my biceps and even in my whole arms, fills everything with blood, and for me personally I feel it is a great movement. Another thing that I would like to mention for the standing dumbbell curl basically is I prefer to perform one whole set with my right arm and then perform the same set with my left arm instead of alternating on each rep, because I feel this makes things a lot harder again and basically gives me the ability to keep that constant tension on the muscle, and the pump is fantastic in my personal opinion. I definitely recommend you to try this. And then I finished the whole session with overhead rope extensions, a little bit heavier for me, supersetted with crossover curls. And yeah, there's nothing too fancy, nothing too crazy. I think it was a great finish for the whole session. A little detail that I would like to mention for the crossover curls is because I have really long humerus bone and I try to really stretch at the bottom of the movement, right here from this position. It's a bit weird because I'm actually hitting the stack with the plates, but even if I hit the stack, I'm able to get a really nice stretch, and then I try to squeeze it at this part. Something that I would like to mention for the bicep curls on the crossover is when I perform this particular exercise, I actually try to imagine that I'm hitting front double biceps. Yeah, this really helps me, and I feel that this particular exercise performed correctly actually helps you with your front double biceps or back double biceps or whatever. And yeah, I superset this with overhead rope extension. So yeah guys, this is how I finished the whole session. Now I'm about to show the whole routine or whatever. Another thing that I would like to mention is I finally released on Bandcamp my first album. Last year I released my first mixtape. Now I'm about to release it on iTunes as well on Spotify, but I'm gonna put a full version of the album, like one big track probably, on my YouTube channel for you to stream it and see what's up. And on the other hand, it's gonna be available on Bandcamp and iTunes and Spotify, as well on my website www.beatonthebeat.com, where I will also start to upload some articles written by me for diets and training and all that good stuff, as you probably know. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap here for now. I would like to thank you for watching this video. I will continue pushing these videos and doing this vlogging thing because it really makes me happy and just makes me feel great. I don't know, probably it's crappy, probably it's really whack, but really makes me happy, and it's like a journey for me, as I mentioned in my previous videos, as you probably already know. So right now I'm gonna have some more coffee because I'm a coffee addict and I'm about to hit the gym. So I'm gonna wrap it up for now. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Peace and I'm out.
This is